Okay, welcome to the next Blender tutorial. So today we're making the glass pen for the ink that we made yesterday. So if you can find that in the listings, it's great. I'll try and leave a link on this video as well for the ink pot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with deleting the default cube, and we're going to add a UV sphere. I'm just going to go ahead and just pull this out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it by 90 degrees just on its side, and we will go to edit mode. So what you're going to want to do with this is you're going to want a little bit of a ball point, and then you're going to want to make the end of the nib. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these vertices just right here, just shift control and click until you roughly have everything. And if you can, press 1, so you're going on the side view. So we're going to go E for extrude, bring it across the line a little bit, scale it outwards. E for extrude again, just scale a nice little ridge around the edge, just ignore the W for now. E for extrude again, and we'll just scale this outwards just a little bit more. E for extrude, and just scale as you go. E for extrude again, and then E for extrude, scale it downwards, and we're just going to give it a kind of little nib towards the end, and scale inwards. So at this point what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a twist. So I'm going to scale this inwards just here. Sorry, let's keep this just as it is. E for extrude, just extend it slightly, scale it inwards, just ever so slightly. And then we're going to go E for extrude, rotate, and maybe we could do 1 for rotation. E for extrude, rotate, 1 for rotation. If you want to, you can start doing 10. Let's go E for extrude again. R for rotates, and we'll do 10. So now we're getting this little bit of rotation just coming in just here. And we're going to go E for extrude again. We'll rotate 10. E for extrude, rotate by 10. E for extrude, rotate by 10. And just carry on going. And then just get smaller and smaller as you're doing it, just ever so slightly. So let's go E for extrude, and I might just pull this a little bit more. So R for rotate, and we'll go 10 again. Press G just to bring that in just slightly. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pull these towards the centre a little bit. So E for extrude again, rotate 10. Just make sure you get it smaller as well. So if we go on to 1, X-ray mode, and just select everything right here. You can do box select, so you can do this one. We can then go ahead, scale this upwards, press G, just to bring that down again. So now we've got the top of the pen kind of thing. So what we need to do now is make the nib. So the nib is generally, take this off X-ray mode. Let's see. So I'm just going to press shift, get all these into here. And then we're just going to go E for extrude. And usually what happens is these are twisted, so scale it inwards slightly. Rotate. Maybe go for 40. Actually no, let's go for 60. 60 rotate. E for extrude. Make it slightly smaller. Let's go rotate by 60. E for extrude. Slightly smaller. Rotate by 60. and then E for extrude, smaller again, and then we want to go rotate by 60. So it doesn't look like much at the moment, so it needs to do a little bit of editing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select these two faces right here, and then I'm going to go all the way to the end, so just watch where these go. It's a little bit fiddly at this point. Keep your eye on the prize. And then take these. Should match up. So this one. Oops. Just careful while you're clicking this. Then let's go for this one as well. It doesn't have to be perfect. Right there, and then I'm going to do maybe a third one just on this side at the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then take this. Right here, so with this, what we're going to do, let's get back. I'm just going to deselect this as well. It shouldn't really be selected, but I'm just going to go, let's go E for extrude. I'm just going to scale it inwards just ever so slightly. Actually no, you know what, I'm just going to scale this in. So just make sure that it comes back up to the end, and then just scale in. And it comes back up to the end. So when you smooth this out, hopefully we should have this nice little ridge going around the edge and this nice little pen nib coming from here as well. So what we can do is go to, let's go new, let's go to glass, BSDF. We're going to change the render engine to cycles. And let's see what this looks like when we render it. So now we have this kind of glass pen, but I'm going to put a plane underneath just so we can see it a little better. Now most glass pens, when you get them for writing, they're not clear like this. So we need to just add materials to this. So, oops, just turn this up a little bit. Maybe it's sun. Okay, so you can see that we've got this nice little glass pen going on. So what I'm going to do is go to the shading tab. I'm just going to go ahead and put this sideways so you guys can see what's going on. So when we make this, if we click the object itself, we're going to get the material for the glass right here. So what we want to do is add a noise texture. So you want to go colour to colour. Scale this outwards just a little bit. So this is going to give your glass kind of a little bit of a tint. And not only that, if you want some different colours that have bled into the glass maybe, where you can get blue ones, you can get pink ones, you can get purple ones, whatever like that. This is a great way of putting that in. So let's go with colour ramp. Stick it in between just right there. And what we can do, if we go into the render, just here you can see that we've got this black and white look to it. If we go to pink, we've now got this pink in there. So it's just purely pink at the moment. What we want to do, we've got the noise texture right there. We want to scale this up, we want to distort it a little bit. You see how these other colours are coming into there? So the more that I move the white over, the more white it will become. See right there? And then you've got the pink as well. So what you can do is you can take the IOR and you can move this a little bit. So maybe we don't want to go with bright pink, maybe we'll go with a blue. Just pull it in just slightly. Just going to take the roughness down as well. And you can also distort it if you'd like. So, you now get this kind of blue tinted pen. We go back to the materials tab. We can also do different settings here. You've got volume settings, you've got line work. You could do, let me see, you can do different ones. You can do tune if you wanted to, so tune looks like that. So you can't really see it properly because of all the fuzziness, but yeah, that's it, the basic kind of glass pen that I would do. If you guys like this tutorial, please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.